Welcome back, brothers and sisters. I'm Braden. This is Langley Outdoors Academy, and thank you for stopping by. All right, guys, the video that we're going to do tonight is all about the new handgun owners out there who have taken your own Second Amendment rights in your hands, your own freedom, your self-reliance for your own protection. Well, the gun controllers and the lefties out there don't want you to do that, so they're going to send every possible thing they possibly can to scare you away from that life-changing decision in the positive that you have made. This video goes out to you because we have an article from The Guardian across the pond that is meant to scare you into submission. I'm going to break this down. I'm going to show all of you guys how this is total crap. Let me know what you guys think in the comments field below, and this is going to be a fun one, so send this one out. All right, let's get it. Like I said, it's linked. I want to hear from you. Let me show this article. People in homes with handguns more likely to be killed. Major study finds. Okay, so from that title, it sounds very conclusive. Let's keep going. All right. Most American gun owners say they own firearms and to protect themselves and their loved ones. But a study published this week suggests people who live with handgun owners are shot to death at a higher rate than those who don't own such weapons at home. Well, that sounds terrible. Let's dive in a little bit further because here's another quote. This is important. Quote, "We found zero evidence of any kind of protective effects from living in a home with a handgun," said David Studert, a Stanford University researcher who was the lead author on the Annals of Internal Medicine study. Well, I'm going to bring forth a little piece of evidence for you guys from the CDC, you know, the Center of Disease Control. What is a defensive gun use and how often does it occur? Well, it's linked in the description, but it turns out there's an indicated range of 60,000 to 2.5 million defensive gun uses per year. So right out the gate, what's this guy talking about? Here it comes. I'm going to show you all of the terrible, terrible form of this because this is gaslighting and manipulation at the highest level. This is important for you guys to know this because when you hear this brought up, this is how you answer it. It found that the absolute risk of living with a handgun owner was small, Studert said. Whoa. It was small, but if I go back to the headline, it says people in homes with handguns more likely to be killed. It's a major study, and it found that. And the rates of homicide are low. Wait, the rates are low. That's weird. But it was important to consider the increase in a person's risk of being killed, he added. So this isn't about actual statistical data founded in actual occurrences. This is a calculated risk profile, and they put the title of this article as "More Likely to Be Killed." Okay, this is where I start tearing it apart. Let's get into this. The authors of the study acknowledge it had several shortcomings. Well, that's a different indicator than the title. For example, the researchers said they could not determine which victims had been killed by the handgun owners or with the in-home weapons. They couldn't account for illegal guns, and they looked only at handguns, not rifles or other firearms. The data set was also limited to registered voters in California who are 21 or older. It's not clear the findings were generalizable to the whole state, let alone the rest of the country. What is this article founded on? Nothing. It's about reading a title and keep on moving on, so you assume without looking at it that that must be true. Because this is gaslighting. This is complete false. This is manipulation of the highest order. It's one of my favorite phrases because I can't get in trouble for really saying what I'm thinking. All right. But some outside experts said the work was well done. These are the people who are trying to take your gun rights. Important and the largest research of its kind. Quote, "I would call this a landmark study," said Cassandra Kafasi, a gun violence policy researcher at Johns Hopkins University. Okay, gun violence researcher, Johns Hopkins, heavily tied to Michael Bloomberg. I wonder where that comes from. Quote, "This contributes to our understanding of the potential causal relationship between guns in the home and homicides." Well, that was kind of weak, but let's know something else she said. The study was confined to California, but the risk was probably even greater in states with less stringent gun laws and where gun ownership was more common. This entire article is based off of something that is an incomplete data set. Even the author's shortcomings said this is not a good study to go from. The gun violence researcher at Hopkins University says this is a landmark study and it might be able to go across the United States. It probably could. Is it laughable yet? We're going to keep on going because it gets even worse. So let's look at the actual risk that they calculated. Again, this is a calculated, estimated, assumed risk. This is not based on statistical evidence, okay? The researchers calculated that for every 100,000 people in that situation, 12 will be shot to death by someone else over 5 years. 5 years. Well, if you break that down, that means 2.4 out of 100,000 per year, which translates to a rate of 0.000024. Laughable yet. Let's keep going. The study focused only on homicide risk and did not examine how living with a handgun owner might increase or decrease the risk of being victimized in other ways, including by non-fatal assault, home invasion, or property theft. The reason that I hit this so hard and I had a heavy layer of sarcasm mixed into the recipe here is because this is targeting directly to the people who know someone, live with someone, or are part of the new handgun purchases that took part last year. This is directly attacking the people who have a sound new footing in the gun world because they are threatened by the idea that more people own guns and enabling their own rights. This is what you're fighting. This is what we're all fighting. This level of academic malfeasance is abysmal at best. Let me know what you guys think. Does this help tearing it apart like this and kind of giving you some answers for upcoming conversations? Or should I just never do these again because they're no fun? Let me know what you guys think in the comments below, and I will see you tomorrow morning on the bullet points. I'm Braden. See you later.